Hey everyone, here's another video from me. So this is a price comparison video between what we in Australia can get versus what American can get in the UK. Because I think the US dollar and the Great British pound is good points that people can refer to pretty easily in terms of what their currency is the equal of. And so I've compiled a small list. It's going to be for the major hardware like the CPUs and GPUs. Primarily those two are more top end. So this is all going to be for the computer build itself, so no mouses, keyboards, monitors, other peripherals. So before we get to the comparing, I want to state that today's date is the 8th of December. And on the 8th of December, $1 Australian is equal to 68 US cents, as well as $1 Australian is equal to 0.52 British pounds. Just to give some form of comparing point. So basically 1 British pound can almost get 2 Australian dollars. So lucky you. Okay, so going to start with CPUs. First thing, got AMD, the 3950X. In Australia, the cheapest I could find it was $1,219, which is the recommended retail for Australia. It's a pricey CPU. For the UK, the cheapest I could find it, this is all on PC Part Picker, I just changed countries. So the cheapest I could find it on the UK was $749.99 Great British pounds. And in America, the cheapest I could find it was for $749. So here in Australia, we've got like another $500 to spend basically to get that CPU. So that's coming pretty close to double the price. Okay, the 9900K, just the standard one, not the K for the KS. So here in Australia, the 9900K is at cheapest $799, so $800. In America, it costs at cheapest that I could find $545. And from the UK, I found two prices from the same site that were the cheapest. So it was a bit confusing. One was a web-only price, $452.39 British pounds, or the now-only price for $458.39 British pounds. Not too much of a saving for the web-only price, and I don't quite get it, but it's cheaper in the UK. Now to the graphics cards. As CPUs and graphics cards will be the most expensive, I've picked the 5700 XT as well as 2080 Ti, both Asus ROG Strix models, so that the comparison is more fair and equal for both parties. So in Australia, the cheapest I could find this particular graphics card was $743.60. In the UK, the cheapest I found it for was for $420.13 Great British pounds. And for America, the cheapest I found it for was $449.99 for the US. But as a comparison thing, it's actually quite interesting to see how much things can vary. Okay, now for the 2080 Ti. The cheapest I could find the Asus Strix 2080 Ti for Australia was $1,999. And that was on special from $2,049. So graphics cards are by far not cheap here. In America, I found it for what I found was the cheapest was $1,279.99. And for Great Britain, I found it cheapest at $1,171.39 British pounds. That actually makes sense. I think the US is technically cheaper actually, going from my dollar. Alright, now for coolers, again, I picked two. I picked a water cooler. I just picked really random one. I was on PC Part Picker, found a popular one, went, yep, cool, you work for me. Well, did that for both. So the first one, we'll do the all-in-one liquid cooler, is for Corsair Hydro H115i RGB Platinum. Let's get to it. The Australian price is $199, and the site that I found it for the cheapest, which is what I've just stated, actually stated that recommended retail for the cooler. And the recommended retail is $319. So that's a pretty good saving. More than 100 and what, 20? So that's pretty good. Just thought I should point that out. I don't think I've got the recommended retail for the UK and the US for this part, but this website openly shared it. For America, only one price, $169.99. For the UK, I found it for 131.99 British pounds. I think this time Australia won, which is actually quite surprising. Usually there's been over the years many news reports and whatnot on how bad we have tech prices. So get the Corsair Hydro H115i RGB Platinum. Okay, so the air cooler, I went more budget orientated than the all-in-one. I picked the Cooler Master Hyper 212 Black Edition. So here in Australia, I found it cheapest at $61.60. In the US, I found it cheapest for $34.99. And in the UK, I found it for 32.99 Great British pounds. Okay, now to the motherboards. I picked the Asus ROG Strix C390-E, and for the X570 I picked basically the same thing, just the X570 version. Asus ROG Strix X570-E. So that it's basically a level playing field instead of picking, like the graphics cards, two completely different companies. Basically. For Australia, I found it cheapest at $370.70. For the UK, I found it for 216.05 Great British pounds. And in the US, I found it for $226. Now for the X570-E from Asus, Australia had it cheapest at $449, down from $499, so $50 saving. The UK had it for 266.98 Great British pounds. And for America, it was a little bit of an anomaly in comparison to everything else. So the US price was $329.99. That's a lot more expensive, in my opinion, than the UK pricing. Now for RAM, I picked the Corsair Vengeance Pro RGB, 3200 MHz at CAS16. Alright, the only set of RAM I actually looked at. So the Australian price, the cheapest I could find it for was $132. In the US, I found it cheapest at $79.79. And in the UK, now for storage, I'm going to read off my Surface Pro because I didn't really pick anything all too much. I just took photos from the PC Part Picker website for these. So I'm just going to read off the photos because I don't think that the storage prices that we pay in Australia are all too bad. But I found that it really depended when I was flicking through the different pricings for the countries. Really what brand as well as what capacity it was. In Australia, the 1 terabyte Western Digital Blue hard drive costs $49. In America, the same hard drive will cost $39.99. So that's a $10 difference. It's really nothing. And for Great Britain, it costs 4.38 British pounds. So it doesn't really change that much. And really it takes to get to the Seagate Barracuda Compute a 2 terabyte hard drive, which for us costs $83. In America it costs $57.99. And for Great Britain it will cost 49.50 British pounds. So it took to get to 2 terabytes from Seagate for a more noticeable difference. And for SSDs, the cheapest that I could find in the photos for Australia for the Intel 660p 1 terabyte was $165. In America, $117.95, as well as in Great Britain, 89.98 Great British pounds. So yes, there's a difference. And here's a Samsung 970 EVO 500 gigabyte model. And this is what I mean by it was a bit odd to look at, where in Australia, it costs, from this photo, cheapest is $212.93. America has the same SSD for $79.98. And Great Britain has it for 99.95 Great British pounds. So it varied a lot. Whereas I won't go through it at all, other than the Australian price, but the 1 terabyte version in Australia costs $247.24. So why buy the 500 gig option when an extra $30 doubles the storage capacity? And in the photos it makes a lot more sense. Alright, now cases, I'm going to do the same thing, just read off the tablet. So here we go. The NZXT H510 costs here in Australia $132. In the United States, $69.98. And in Great Britain, 74.99 Great British pounds. And on a more lower end scale, the Cooler Master Box Q300L here in Australia set you back $69. In America, $44.99. And in Great Britain, 32.78 Great British pounds. Okay, now the power supply. Only this to go, and I've actually got Windows 10 Home as well to compare. So not long. Do thank you for watching if you've made it this far. So I've picked the Corsair RM750 power supply. In Australia, the recommended retail for this unit is $269. I found it at its cheapest for $163. In America, the cheapest I found it at was $104.99. And in Britain, I found it for 88.04 British pounds. It sounds like a big jump really, but it sort of makes sense. Okay, here in Australia, we're kind of copying it a little bit. The British price is slightly better. Of course, I don't know what the recommended retail for the British price and the US price was for this power supply. But anyway, last thing, Windows 10 Home Edition, I picked the USB stick model, so the 32-bit/64-bit instead of the CD, because really, let's face it, who has a CD drive anymore? So the cheapest I could find it in Australia for a proper licensed Windows 10 Home Edition, $154 Australian, or $129.90 for the US market, or 107.38 British pounds for people that live in Britain. So really, before I close this video, these are just the cheapest prices that I managed to find in basically, I don't know, 30 minutes, just using PC Part Picker. So you might be able to find them cheaper. I know if you buy a single PC Windows 10 key here in Australia, it's a lot cheaper than buying an actual genuine copy. You've got like over $100 saving, and you get Windows 10 Pro instead of Home. There is that. But for genuine copies, there's not really too much of a difference actually. For everything else, the CPUs and GPUs have huge differences. Other things didn't. We in Australia actually had a better deal for the Corsair Hydro H150i RGB Platinum, whatever it's called of its long ass name. So yeah, some things made sense. So yeah, I think I might do another video like this, but maybe instead of PCs, it might be phones and smartwatches, and possibly if I were to do another PC one, it'll probably just be CPUs and GPUs. Just pick the lower end as well as monitors, mice and keyboards. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. A bit different from me. I've enjoyed making it. That's always a positive. But I want to thank you for watching, especially if you've watched the whole thing. If you want to see more content by me, then click that subscribe button down below. Just scroll down that little bit, click it. Don't forget to hit that bell notification as well, so you keep up to date for when I upload videos. Don't forget to hit that like button as well. Comment down below, and if you have any ideas on how I can make my videos better, do let me know. I've got like a whole lot of new YouTubers. I've got no idea what I'm doing video editing wise, or video making wise for that matter. I'm out of my depth. But also, if you have any topics that you think I should cover, let me know as well. I'll actually have a look at it if I can afford to. I hope that you will watch my next video and other videos to come. See ya.